So that kind of takes me to the domino market. From your perspective, what do you think is the state of the domino market? Where is it right now?
It's in a pretty sorry state, I think. Regretfully, it pains me to say that, Henry, but I think the product itself seems to be on life support. And excuse the crude terminology there, but I think it's true. There's probably thousands of companies out there who are running old and unsupported versions of Domino, um, running critical apps on them. So it's absolutely critical to their business operations. So they're just keeping it alive because they have to. So yeah, the platform's on life support.
I think you're right in the sense that that's one thing about Domino. It's just like a zombie, it just simply will not die. So it is on life support, and that's why people are still able to use versions 8.5 today, unsupported, because it simply works. I
And
think
that's
the
why
other
it's such
issue,
a great platform, Henry, isn't it? The
it
fact that you
is,
can run that old 8.5 version from, I think, 2009, that version was, right?
yeah.
If I'm correct. And it still works. It just churns away in the background and does its thing.
Yeah, when I was with HCL, it was calling me with version 6.
Wow.
And then so, yeah, I agree with you. But that's actually an interesting point. Even though it's on life support, and it's lying there with that machine that goes ping behind it or whatever. Unfortunately, from my perspective, the people that are actually doing the development and doing the administration, what's happening with them? What's your perspective, or where are they?
It's quite interesting, Henry, isn't it? That the fact that there are so many companies out there with old versions of Domino, unsupported, and you'd think that must create fantastic opportunities for people like me,
Yeah, I
people
mean
who've been in this arena for decades.
The COBOL programmers used to make a lot of money, right?
But it's absolutely not the case in my experience. I'd say maybe from the mid 2000s, a lot of my colleagues started to drop out. A lot of them moved over to the Microsoft stack because they saw that as the future. And then around about 2010, 2011, that's when we really started to see people drop out of the market. And these guys are just dropping out because they want to just pay their mortgages, right? And they're really worried about what the future holds in Domino. So nowadays, there's hardly any opportunities out there. And it seems that the managed service companies, the managed service providers,
Are you talking about
have
like
kind
the
of,
Indian outsourcers and those type of folks?
yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, they've taken over the reins, the life support, if you want to put it like that. And don't get me wrong, they do a fantastic job. The fact that they can support Domino is a fantastic thing. But those guys have got the same issues too. Their Domino experts are in their 40s and 50s. I'm a guy in my 40s. I'm probably one of the younger generation, I'd say.
Your baby.
I haven't been called that for some time, but yeah. Yeah, so they've got the same issues. They're bringing in new, younger people who really are just doing the most basic tasks in Domino to keep Domino alive for the companies who still use it. So they've still got quite a few issues to contend with in the next 10, 15 years. Who's going to be supporting Domino from their side in the next 10, 15 years? It's
That's a question, right? Because you still got that old Domino application, and you want to be able to make a few changes to it. You have outsourcing company who barely keeps it alive. Would they have the same level of expertise as other folks have to be even to do complex applications or figure them out? Don't know.
yeah,
But to your
that's a similar to the rest of the world. There are small pockets of experience there.
yeah,
But there's an awful lot of people out there too, and I've worked with these people, so I know a bit about this who are really just learning on the job. I know of a global company that's using a managed service provider to support their critical Domino apps, and a couple of the guys are just in training right now. They've got a
yeah.
few weeks of experience, so that kind of gives you an idea of the state of the market.
So
It's very difficult to get
so
any
it's
opportunities right now, and that's one of the reasons I got into the migration space, actually, a way of using my skills and actually trying to make a difference for these companies.
so talking about migration space, let's talk a little bit more about what really makes a successful migration project, because we've spoken about the resources, we've spoken about the state of the market, of the Domino market, but companies have been trying to migrate off Domino for the last 20 years, and there's still quite a few of them out there that haven't been able to do it. So what do
Yeah,
you think
for sure.
makes a successful migration project?
I'm going to turn that question on its head, if that's all right, Henry. And I'm going to firstly talk about what doesn't make a good migration project, because I've seen plenty of those over the years. And